Foods I eat to hit those tough to get nutrients. I know a lot of people are often concerned about like calcium and iron on a vegan diet. Some people have trouble hitting vitamin E, but I'll show you that it's really not that hard, and when you eat a variety of plant foods, you get all the nutrients that you need. So I'm just heading to the gym now, and I've been working on my ring muscle ups lately. They got some rings at the gym, so I don't even have to bring mine anymore and set them up, so there's no excuses. So ring muscle ups are definitely something that I've been wanting to improve on for a while. Straight bar muscle ups are really, really easy for me, but ring muscle ups are a totally different beast. And I'll show you guys a few of the things that I've been practicing to get them better. By no means am I an expert at them yet, but I'm trying.
So while it's important to have a good warm-up for every workout, it's especially important when you're going to be going directly into a powerful movement like the ring muscle up. So do whatever you can to warm up those wrists and warm up those shoulders. So one thing that I've been focusing on is to keep the rings nice and close together and close to my chest as I explode up towards that transitional part of the movement. This makes it a lot easier to kind of shift your body weight over top of the rings and then push up into that dip. And then another area that I was lacking was the false grip. This is absolutely necessary to strengthen if you want to nail that ring muscle up. And it's slightly different than a normal pull-up grip. As you can see here, your kind of wrists are over top of the rings. And you just kind of grip it like that. And it is not easy at first. So after I've done a few muscle ups, I will continue on and do a bunch of just pull-ups like this, trying to get those rings down as far as I can, down my chest towards my belly button, and keeping them nice and close together. Alright, so I just got home from the gym and made a huge smoothie bowl. This looks so good. I love this combination of colors. So before we jump into looking at everything I put in here and analyzing the nutrients, I should put it into some context and tell you guys how big I am. So I am 5'6", 145 pounds. I know a lot of you guys know that already, but some of you don't. And it's important to put this into context because if you guys see me eat this amount of food and you're like, what the heck, how come I eat that much and I don't get those gains? Or how come I eat that much and I'm gaining all sorts of weight? Well, it depends on like how much you weigh, how big you are, and then also how much energy you expend like throughout the day. So I put into a chronometer like my height and weight and then how much activity I do, and it kind of gives me my base amount of calories that I need in order to maintain my weight. So that's kind of what this is all based on. But the RDIs for many things are going to be the same no matter what weight you are, which is kind of silly, but that's just how things work. So let's check it out and see everything that I put in here and then see all the nutrition that I'm getting from this amazing smoothie bowl. All right. Ooh, that worked. Okay, so in here I have 3 bananas. They were all frozen. And I had 1 peach that was frozen as well. We have a bunch of those we have to eat up. There's 1 pitted medjool date, 3 cups of arugula. Doesn't matter what green you have, just get some greens into you. Good to get them in early in the day when you blend them into a smoothie. It makes it super easy. We have 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and then we have a scoop of the Vivo Life raw plant protein as well, and then just a half a cup of almond milk to get everything going. So that's everything that I blended into the smoothie, and then on top you can see that I added 1 cup of mixed frozen berries, and then we have 2 tablespoons of mixed pumpkin and sunflower seeds, so 1 tablespoon each. And then there's some dehydrated coconut on top as well. So let's look at everything that I'm getting from this smoothie bowl. So it looks like there's 807 calories, which is quite a bit. But if I'm going to get in, how many do I need here? 2,300 calories in the day. You got to start early. You don't want to be, you don't want it to be like 11 o'clock at night and you haven't had enough calories, because that's when you make bad decisions, or at least me. So as we go down, we can see that we're already pretty close to like hitting a lot of RDIs. This is a pretty healthy smoothie bowl. But a couple to highlight, we can see like a lot of B vitamins are already nailed there. We're getting a lot of B6 from those bananas, and then we're getting lots of K. It's going to be from the greens, of course. And then calcium. Some of it's going to be coming from the almond milk again because it is fortified, but a lot coming from the greens and also the frozen berries. Didn't think of frozen berries having too much calcium in them. Lots of minerals. You can see the omega-3s are nice and high as well because we got that flaxseed in there. And then protein. you know, we're not going to have trouble hitting our RDI of protein today. But I have a feeling we're going to get a lot higher than whatever it is, the 63 grams or something like that. We'll probably get closer to 85 or maybe even 100. But you guys will have to stay tuned to find out. And then zinc. Here's another one. What was the zinc from? So from the seeds and bananas as well. There we go. That is breakfast. So if you guys want to make this exact same smoothie bowl, you can, and you know exactly what's in there. So I'm going to eat this. I got some work to do here on the computer, and then I will meet you guys back here for some lunch. Then we'll try and tick off some more boxes. All right, so here we are. I just made lunch, and it looks freaking amazing. Super colorful, as usual. And so what we have here is like a tempeh sandwich, and then just like a mixed green salad. And I'll show you guys how I made that, everything that went into it, and then we'll go over the nutrients here in Chronometer. But first, I gotta have a bite. I'm so hungry. Wow. Teeth check. All good? All right, so you can see on the screen everything that I put into my lunch. So for this amazing like tempeh sandwich here that I have, I got a big piece of tempeh, and then in a container I mixed up a little marinade for it. So for this I mixed some miso, some mustard, a bit of maple syrup, some smoked paprika, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and then I mixed all that together. And then I added some water to help everything along. And then I pressed the tempeh into it. So this is key. If you don't have a long time to let your tempeh like really marinate, if you like kind of press it into it, it kind of acts like a sponge and soaks up the flavors. So while that was baking, I made a quick little salad, and I basically just put a whole bunch of arugula on the plate, and then added some chopped bell peppers, some shredded carrots, some red cabbage, which is actually purple. And then on top of it, I just did a little bit of lemon juice and some Bragg's, like that liquid aminos. And it's like a really, really simple dressing, but it's good enough for a salad for sure. Sometimes I just like the lemon on there as well. And then once the tempeh was done and it was nice and crispy, I made some toast. And then on the toast, I put a little bit of mustard and then some avocado and some cucumber, and put it all together. And here we have that lunch right now. So I've got everything highlighted here that I'm going to eat for lunch, and that's how Chronometer works. If you want to see like an individual food, if you just click on it, that will give you the value for just that food. And then if you hold shift and you highlight a bunch of things, it will give you the value for all of those things. So we're going to highlight everything that I had here for lunch and look at just lunch. And then after this, we'll look at just dinner. And then at the end of the day, we'll look over the whole thing as a whole. It's 620 calories that I'm eating here. And you can see that it is full of nutrition, just like my other meal, just like the next one's going to be. So lots of B vitamins, tons of vitamin A, lots of vitamin C, lots of vitamin K. What's that coming from? The arugula again. And then you can see the minerals are actually really high in this meal. Really, really good. 30% of the calcium in the tempeh. So there's another good source of calcium, is tempeh. Lots of iron. Where's that coming from? From the tempeh as well. Over 100% of my RDI of iron in this sandwich alone. Pretty amazing. Plant-based for the win. And then you can see for yourself the rest of the nutrients there. We're doing really well. Lots of protein. I ain't worried about that. We're making gains here. I'm going to go enjoy this, and I will see you guys back here in a little bit. We'll do the same thing for dinner. All right, so just like that, dinner is ready. But before I go over that, I know that if I miss these two nutrients, you guys are going to kill me in the comments. So we've got a couple supplements here just to hit all the RDIs. We've got vegan vitamin D, and then we've also got B12 here. So those are the only ones that I would say that we need to supplement, and even non-vegans are quite commonly deficient in both of these vitamins, so it's not a vegan-specific nutrient that we have to worry about. Both vitamin B12, vitamin D, supplement them, especially vitamin D in the winter if you live in the northern hemisphere, or I guess maybe in the southern hemisphere, really far south. But if you have 4 seasons, definitely supplement with vitamin D in the winter. So here we go. And then this is the methyl form of B12, methylcobalamin. I also use cyanocobalamin. I switch back and forth between both of them. And just a few drops of that. Alright, so now that that is out of the way, we get to talk about dinner. So here I have made a nice stir fry. It only took me like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the very most to make. Super quick, and it is super nutritious, as we're about to find out. So as you can see, I already have all the ingredients for this highlighted. So if you guys want to make this stir fry, you can. And we'll go over all the nutrients. But first, I'll tell you what I did here. So really simple, just like a black bean and veggie stir fry. So I've got a bunch of bok choy in there, some black beans. This is a can of black beans, but of course you could use fresh black beans, even better. If you want to like cook them yourself, they just take a while. So we've got some pumpkin and sunflower seeds in the stir fry as well. We've got some frozen green peas. Those are always so good to have on hand. Some yellow corn, organic of course. Now you guys are going to ask. And then I'm going to put it with some arugula and some bell peppers. So I sauteed all that together, not the arugula and the peppers, that I'm going to put on at the very end. And then while that's sauteing, I made a quick sauce. And as you guys know, I do like making sauces. It's such a good thing. It's such a good skill to have, like knowing how to make good sauces, because you can transform so many dishes and everything always is like really exciting and tasty. So in this sauce, there's about a third of an avocado. There's one medjool date. There's some apple cider vinegar, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some mustard as well. And then that's all blended up with a bit of water. Probably used maybe a half a cup of water. Blended that all up together, and then put it into a bowl with the greens, and then put that sauce on, the red peppers on top, and that's the best that I can do for presentation. But it looks pretty good if you ask me, and I know it's going to taste even better. Hard for me to figure out. This camera's reversed. It messes me up here. I'd better try it really quickly. Make sure it is good. I did put a pinch of salt in the sauce, but it could probably use a little bit more if you do make this at home. So, yeah, that's good. Alright, so let's see what sort of nutrition we're getting from our dinner here. So, just over 800 calories. And you can see it's another really nutrient-dense meal. Lots of B vitamins, vitamin A and C, got those covered. Got lots of vitamin K, that's going to be coming from the bok choy. Lots of calcium, probably from the bok choy as well. Yep. And lots of iron. What's that coming from? From the black beans. So there we go. If you struggle with getting enough iron, black beans are your friend. And we know that if we have vitamin C with iron-rich foods, it increases the absorption of that iron. So we want to have it with things like bok choy and bell peppers and green peas. Even avocado has some vitamin C in it. Very cool. And then lots of zinc in this meal, almost half my RDI, and that's usually, a lot of people say that's a tough one to get on the vegan diet. And you can see here, black beans. They have a quarter of your RDI in a cup and a half of black beans. Pretty amazing. Full of protein, some good fats in there as well, coming from the avocado. Looking good. So, shall we see the whole day? So I'm going to unhighlight this, go up to the top, and if you guys want to read that whole thing on your own time, you can, but we've already gone through everything, so let's see how we did. 2,240 calories, so that's just shy of my maintenance, but that seems about right to me. You know, I don't worry about hitting my exact caloric goal every day. I actually really rarely ever track my food, except for when I'm doing one of these videos. But I know that, tomorrow I'll probably be a little extra hungrier, and I will make up those 75 calories somewhere. So here we go. Did we hit all of our RDIs? Looks like it. Not much more to say. Once again, vegan diet for the win. Look at all that green. A couple here in red, so when they go like really high, they put them in red, and the ones that you should like kind of worry about. So sodium's a bit high here. 3,000 milligrams? I don't believe that. Oh, in the black beans. So the black beans that I'm using are actually unsalted black beans, so they will not have 1,000 milligrams of sodium in them. So you could knock 1,000 milligrams of that off. So 1,900 milligrams of sodium. So we'd be just about at, at our RDI there. And then for folate, I don't worry about getting too much folate from plants. We want to get all the folate we can get. So everything else looks really good. Your omega-3 to omega-6 ratio looks pretty awesome, if you ask me. We managed to get zinc copper, iron, no problem getting protein. I got 120 grams of protein today. That's more than I usually get, I think. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, you had protein powder, man. That's like all of the protein in the day. No, protein powder was like, I don't know how much of it. 25 grams of that was protein powder. So I would have got 95 grams of protein if I didn't have that protein powder. Pretty amazing. So, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm going to go enjoy this dinner. Thank you all so much for joining me and staying with me until the end of the video. And a big props and congratulations to everyone for caring about their health. I know it's kind of like weird for me to say that, but a lot of people just like don't care. And to have this as a passion is going to be something that's like really going to be of value in the future. Trust me, it's a lot easier to make like healthy habits now than it is to like get sick and change your bad habits into healthy habits when you're older. Trust me, guys. It's worth it. I promise you. Eat healthy, stay positive, all that good stuff. Definitely leave a like if this video has helped you out. Comment down below. I know you guys are going to have tons of comments. Oh my god, the sugar though, the fructose, dates and everything. What the heck? So definitely let me know down below. And if you guys have any questions on this day, put it down below as well. And I might be able to answer them in an Ask Me Monday. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.